Rodney Graves, big fan of the show, writes, would Gino Hernandez have made a good member of the Four Horsemen? You got to think, if you saw any world class, he was sort of cut from the same cloth, was he not?
He would have been a perfect fit from what I see from television. Now, don't know Gino, met him one time when he and Tully came over to do a shot for the Superdome, big show while I was there for Watts. So I met him that one time along with Tully the one time. And I mean, from what I saw on TV, he had me convinced. I mean, he was vintage Horseman, I think.
Rodney also asks, any good Ron Simmons stories? Ron Simmons, a guy who Ric Flair has famously told the story, that Ron self-proclaimed himself as unfuckwithable. What do you remember about Ron? Any good questions or stories about Ron?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. Nobody messed with Ron Simmons. He was a beast, probably a beast to this day. I mean, his amateur collegiate football background, when you're up, like, I think he was third in the voting for the Heisman, and he was a defensive lineman, for God's sakes. That's how incredible he was. And I've said before, I've never felt so helpless than when Ron Simmons would shoot you in and hit you with a power slam. I felt like a baby in his arms. I mean, he was just so explosive and so powerful and such a gentleman. I mean, you never knew Ron was in the room unless you looked up and saw him. He wasn't walking around. The real badasses in this business, and he's one of them, they don't walk around barking. You don't even know they're there until something happens, and now you know they're there in spades. Because he is a all man. He's a businessman. He's a gentleman. And he's an ass kicker. I think that probably covers it. But and just a pleasant person to be around. I just saw him a while back at your StarCast in Baltimore.
Yeah, absolutely. Truly a professional, easy to do business with. Can't recommend him enough.